somebody, if you want to get over in life, if you want to move from where you are right now into the next level of your life, you've got to be able to think out of the box. If you're tired of your situations, if you're tired of your predicaments, if you're tired of things around you, if you're tired of experiencing the same thing over and over again, you've got to be able to think out of the box. If you want to move from poverty, to prosperity, if you want to move from failure to success, if you want to move from an entity to some entity, you've got to be able to think out of the box. Listen, I've seen people spend years upon years and years upon years in their predicaments and in their situation, and they've not been able to get out of whatever they're going through just because they've not been able to think out of the box. Listen, you cannot be doing the same thing all over and all over again and expect a different result. That is a definition of madness. Madness is you trying to do something and doing something, repeating something again and again, and be expecting a different result. Listen, prayer is good. I prayed a lot of times. Prayer is powerful, it's potent. Prayer can get things done. Prayer can move mountains. But if you're not able to use your mind and think out of the box, you may spend years upon years in praying and fasting. You may spend years just calling on God when He has given you an answer through the use of your mind. People have stopped. People have been in their situations over and over again just because they are not able to think out of the box. Listen, God has not given you your mind or your brain just for you to just have it for having its sake. No, God has given you your mind and your brain for you to be able to think out of the box. Listen, somebody has said, even sometimes common sense is not common. Common sense is never common. You've got to be able to think out of the box. Listen, Africa is where it is today, not because we are black. Africa is where it is today because the people in Africa or people of Africa have not been able to think out of the box. Listen, to get into the next level, to get into the blessing, to get into the prosperity that God has prepared for you, you've got to be able to think out of the box. Listen, the woman with the issue of blood in the Bible was able to think out of the box. The Bible says she was there in the midst of multitude. The woman with the issue of blood has got years of blood flowing out of her. And the woman was able to break through the Jewish culture and all the legislation and the old system. The Bible says she said to herself, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I shall be made whole. The woman was able to break all the Jewish and cultural barriers, and she was able to think out of the box, and she got a miracle. Listen, if you're going to get out of wherever you are right now, you've got to be able to think out of the box. The prodigal son will have remained where he was, and he will have died without anything, without any result, without any impact, if he had not been able to think out of the box. The Bible says at the point where he was in an abject poverty, the Bible says he said to himself, if I can rise and go back to my father. And guess what? He went back to his father and he was restored back to his position. Listen, until you are able to think out of the box, you may not get out of the situation. Sometimes you don't need people. Sometimes you don't need anything from outside. Sometimes you've got to start from yourself by thinking out of the blood box. I don't know whether you know of the story of the 4 lepers in 1 Kings in the Bible. The Bible says they were there in the midst of famine, and they were there and they said to themselves, if we get into the city, there is a famine. If we go into the Syrian army, they're going to kill us. We cannot stay here. The Bible says they decided to go into the Syrian camp. And guess what? The army, they were all gone because they were able to think out of the box. They became the wealthiest people in the nation just because they thought out of the box, and their condition was changed. They even changed the condition of the whole nation. They became national heroes. Listen, until you are able to think out of the box, that situation may not change. Until you're able to think out of the box, you may not be able to move from where you are right now into the next level of your life. I'm so fascinated about the story of four friends together with their paralyzed friend. The Bible says they got to Jesus' crusade, and there were a lot of people, multitude, in the house of Jesus. They were not able to get to Jesus, and those guys thought out of the box. The Bible says they broke this. They did the unbelievable. They broke the ceiling of the house of Jesus, and they let down their friend in front of Jesus. And guess what? The Bible said Jesus Christ saw, he perceived their faith and healed their friends. Listen, friends, until you're able to think out of the box, you better go to the next level. We are living in that season, in that time where you've got to think out of the box. God has given you all that is needed for you to change the position, change level. Your prayer is answered. You've got to have to think out of the box. The Bible says prayer without faith is as dead as being alive. I charge you this hour, I charge you today to start thinking out of the box, to get to where you're going, to move from penury to a prosperity, from failure to success. You've got to think out of the box. I feel that you've been inspired and you've been blessed today. Till I come your way again, this is Petey saying, God bless you. Hello, somebody. Listen, I've got to tell you about this great news. I'm going to tell you about this wonderful, fantastic thing that is coming. And it's about my book. It's called Leverage. It's called Leverage. It's about my book, my new book called Leverage. Listen, everything I've said about thinking out of the box, they are all there. I'm telling you, that book is loaded. That book has transformed and it has revolutionized my life. I want you to get ready for it. You know, it's about to be released out. Get ready to get it. It's going to transform. It's going to bless you. I'm serious about what I'm saying. I believe it. I believe that book is loaded from the beginning to the end. You've got to get ready for it. It cuts across. It addresses every area of your life, whether marriage or personal life or your mental health or your finances, your family, any area of your life. The book covers it and it's going to change, your life completely and entirely. Get ready for it. Until I see you, this is Speedy saying, never stay average because you've got leverage.